Shields up, Iron Breakers. Rurikhan here, coming at you with another live stream, and today we're going to be checking out Need for Speed Payback. So this title was sent to me by EA under the program EA Game Changers, or whatever that's called, which basically means they gave me the game code so that I could give it a look, tell you guys my opinions on it. I know that my voice is still not 100%, and I apologize for that. But I couldn't wait any longer. I had to keep on streaming. So I've been playing this for a while now to get kind of like my bearings on what to expect of it and whatnot as a video game. As you guys probably know by now, this is an open world Need for Speed. So that means you're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. As you can see out here on the map, we have all of these activities. And I haven't even unlocked a lot of the races yet because I didn't want it to spoil. Too much of the game for people that want to experience it as fresh as possible, because the game's only coming out today. So as you can see through the map, there is clearly a whole lot of stuff to do. A lot of races, a lot of different types of races as well. I bet this thing's a derelict. This is actually something that that frustrates me a little bit, and I'll get into it, because even though I've been wanting to play an arcade game for quite some time, it's like there's a lot of really cool stuff here, but at the same time there's also a lot of stuff that I expected to be, you know, it could have been better. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I feel like they could have improved upon, and that still doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it. I'm enjoying it quite a bit because I haven't played an arcade racer pretty much since Forza, I think. And I've been wanting to play a good arcade racer because mostly I've just been playing simulation type games and whatnot. And a good arcade racer is always something nice for you to just like get in the mindset of enjoying racing without having to worry too much about, oh, I gotta make this perfect corner, I gotta make this perfect time, gotta do this. It's like ram people. It is expected. As a matter of fact, in this one, it is downright encouraged that you ram people in order to obtain your goals. So, yeah. Anyway, before we get started, I guess I wanted to go ahead and get us started with the Highway Heist. I think this mission has been, I think that people have shown this mission on videos and stuff, so I figured this one's like the least spoiler heavy while still allowing me to show you guys the, what to expect from the campaign of the game, which is actually one of the things that I like the most about Need for Speed Payback is actually its campaign, because it's very much, you guys know the term Hollywood shooter, how there's all these shooters that are about just like trying to recreate big set pieces with explosions and stuff like that. This game, to me, is very much a Hollywood racer, and this particular mission is the mission that highlights, that kind of sets the pace for what you can expect for most of the game. And pretty much if you're going to enjoy it or not, this mission right here is going to tell you. Now, something very important is that, as you guys can see, I haven't put on the music because, unfortunately, as we all know, most of the racing games use licensed tracks, and therefore I can't put those tracks on a video. Otherwise, content ID, copyright, all that nasty shit. I really wish, this is more like a suggestion in general for anyone, if like a developer sees this or something, for anyone that is working on a racing game. I understand that like licensed tracks are a must and you gotta have them in there, and it's cool because the game actually sounds great when I'm playing it, but obviously when I'm streaming it I can have the music there. But something that you could do to kind of like remedy that is you could actually have an option in audio where, like, the same way that you have the volume for music, speech, all of this stuff, you could have an option in here that would just say YouTube safe music, and you could turn it on and off. And you could have an alternate set of tracks that would not be licensed tracks, so that content creators could actually play the game and still listen to music. You know, that's something that I feel should have been done already. And I'm not blaming EA, because obviously it's not EA's fault. Everybody uses licensed tracks in their racing games, which is expected. As a matter of fact, they have to pay extra to actually put those licensed tracks in there. So it is expected, but it'd be cool to have an option for content creators to be able to do that. Anyways, I'm dragging on a little bit here. Let's check out the Highway Heist, which is actually a really cool mission in my opinion. Lonnie Deering, is this game worth it? Well, watch this mission, and you'll be able to tell if it's worth it for you or not.
The house is running convoys into town, and the next one's my Koenigsegg with some extra tech attached. You and your friends are gonna grab it back for me, okay?
Why would we do that?
1, you owe me. 2, I'll let your buddy Rav peek under that hood before you hand it over.
Don't need a third reason. We're in.
Yes. So, here's what you do.
They're transporting the Koenigsegg across city limits in 2 hours. We intercept, then grab the cargo.
It'll be part of a convoy.
What are you thinking?
Quick hit and run. Get me close to the truck and I'll take care of the rest. Rav, you turned that Mustang into a runner yet?
Yep. Followed your specs, the plating's all in. It'll take a punch and dish it right back.
Great. Mac, you and Rav got that drone ready to fly?
I'll be your eyes in the sky.
All right. Time to show the house we're back.
So this mission actually made me realize something else. Let me just pause it here, because is there a time limit? I don't know, but they're going to start speaking. Was that the first time that I watched this mission was actually on, I think it was at E3 during the EA presentation. And I made a criticism specific to this, which is usually cars that are modified for racing and stuff like that. They're usually lighter cars, like they will replace the entire body of a car with light materials like carbon and as light as they can possibly make it. And then as I was watching the presentation on EA, I was seeing this racing car, which is the car that we're driving right now, just like thrashing other vehicles. And I was like, this makes no friggin' sense. Like this car, if it so much as touched something else, it would fall apart, because that's usually how racing cars are. They are so light that you hit anything with them and they will just fall apart. But in the game, it actually makes sense, because this particular car is actually modified so that it's reinforced. It's armor plated. It's one of the car variants, there are several car variants, and this one is a runner. Sorry about that. That's going to happen throughout the stream. This one's a runner, and runners are modified to be able to ram into other cars and stuff like that, so it actually makes sense.
Go grab ourselves a hypercar.
Drone's online and I'm looking for the convoy. You guys better hurry to the rendezvous point.
I'm not sure what Rav did to the Mustang, but it feels tight and heavy, like it's tensed up for a punch.
All right, Ty, remember. The house will have enforcers protecting the convoy. We'll have to get rid of them first. Get me on the truck before it reaches the Ember Valley Tunnel, and we're in business.
The aerial surveillance will be blind inside the tunnel. Perfect time for a hit and run.
Bulletproof plan.
Worst case scenario, we improvise, right?
That won't be necessary.
Mac, how long have you known Jess? She always has a plan B.
Oh, and a plan C. And plan D. Oh, and plan E.
You got that right.
It's good to have you back, sis. We're gonna raise so much hell together.
I'm not here for thrills, Mac. I'm here for the job.
Yeah, we'll have fun doing it.
Seriously, though, I'm here to help you get into the rush. But that's it.
Uh-huh.
I'm dead serious.
Whatever you say, Jess.
Look at me beating up this beautiful looking car. I love Mustangs, by the way. It's like one of my favorite types of car is American Muscle.
Pull up here.
I see it. Truck's almost there. And they pour their muscle.
No, in terms of visuals, in my opinion, I think the game actually looks pretty good. We're currently playing at 1080p, but I believe on the PS4 Pro you can actually get higher resolution. It's just I can't stream higher resolution, so...
Get me close to that truck before it hits the tunnel.
So, try to imagine this, like, much cooler because it would have music and stuff. I can put some music here for us, but just remember, this is not the endgame music. This is just a copyright-free playlist that I keep around, just to give it a little bit more beat.
The house won't let us anywhere near the truck. We got it.
Out of my face. Oh yeah, I love these. I love this camera stuff. I love it.
With pleasure.
I know that for a lot of people, they think that this kind of stuff gets old, but for me, I love it.
Let's get that truck.
It never gets old, particularly if you're just like constantly thrashing vehicles. Now, something that I thought was kind of weird was how somehow this truck that is carrying God knows how much is being able to outrun my Mustang. And I was like, for real? Like, what kind of tech do you have on this truck right now? Remember the part I told you, Hollywood Racer? Here we go.
Got brake checked hard. We'll get him. What the hell?
This guy's out of his mind.
There's something much bigger going on here. They wouldn't go this far for just a car.
What's the play?
Oops.
New plan. Forget the tunnel.
I actually wanted to go through here because
We're falling behind.
if you go through gas stations, you can actually repair your vehicles. So I can have my Mustang look as pretty and shiny as ever.
Back up. They got back up.
I see them.
Take him out.
I love the slow-mo stuff. Out of my way. Wow, we just wrecked that guy. Barely even tapped him.
These guys are tougher.
Freaking tanks is what they are.
They're going down either way.
These barrels are extremely dangerous. Here we go, we got a couple of more enforcers.
Guys, more house cars headed your way.
We'll handle it.
Out of my way. I love knocking these guys out. Oh, there's another one.
Come on, get rid of these guys.
Guys, I'm hearing a lot of cop chatter. We got someone's attention.
Then let's get this done
Good,
fast.
let's go. Oh man, my glass is all broken up and shit. Boosh. See ya, son.
I think we lost the muscle. Matt?
Yep, that truck's all yours. You know the collector's gonna go mental when he finds out we took his new toy.
Payback, baby.
Again, look at how fast this truck
No
is
way you can
going.
make it on the back. What's the plan, Jess?
I don't know yet. Get me closer.
Jess, I've got a really bad idea.
Of course you do.
Ladder on the side. You can get up on his right.
This is some Fast and Furious shit right here.
Jess! Jess! You got this?
Jess?
Hollywood Racer. So real quick, you see what's happening down there at the bottom left?
Let's take this baby home.
Let me pause here real quick. So that was actually a really cool transition there, which I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but basically now we're in control of another car. But not just that, we're in control of another team member. So in a way, I kind of feel like one of the things they're trying to do with this campaign is come up with the same kind of thing that GTA 5 did, where you're changing protagonists from time to time. Although it's not exactly like that, because so far as I've played, the story has been pretty linear, whereas in GTA 5 you would actually be experiencing driving with, not driving, you'd be experiencing different storylines and stuff like that as you are playing different characters. And here it's more like each character in your crew has an assigned role. So you have Mac, who drives off-road and drift. You have Tyler, who drives, so far only drives races, and you have Jess, who I still don't know exactly what she drives, but according to what I've seen so far from the missions, she's probably a runner, which is a different kind of car. I'll explain those once we're done with the mission.
I'll see you there.
Let's keep going.
The Mustang's too hot. I'll ditch it and catch up later.
Jess, that's a hell of a lot of cops on your tail. You sure you can handle them?
In this car?
Jeez,
they'll
this
never
tunnel
keep
is
up.
such a mess with this car, it's insane. Incoming police officers.
So, Jess,
Bring on the 5-0.
how's she handling?
You know when you step on the gas and the engine growls to life for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Except it never stops.
You're kidding me. You're halfway to the airfield already?
I like this car.
Almost there, Jess.
Arcade racing means that'll... Oh, shit. A lot of times you can just pull the e-brake and have, like,
Man,
no
I
penalty
can't wait to
whatsoever.
drive it.
Sorry, Mac. The Koenigsegg's going straight to the gambler as soon as Ravs had a peek under the hood.
Damn it. Why don't I ever get to drive cool cars? Rav, Jess is here.
What? Already?
It's a shame we can't drive it around. This thing is on fire.
Bring it into the garage. Time I took a peek under the hood. Figure out what's so special about this thing before we ship it back to here.
And this is pretty much where I'm at with the story right now. So now, let's actually, as you can see, it swapped this back to Tyler, because currently I'm in a race car. Now this is what I kind of consider my main car right now. It is a Mustang. I'm not a big car guy, but I just kind of like Mustangs. So I went for a Mustang as soon as I could possibly get one. And there's a very good reason for that, because now I want to talk a little bit about the upgrade system, which is a little bit of a letdown. So let's get in here. We're going to go into the garage. I'm going to show you guys the cars that I have and show you guys a little bit of customization that you can do as well. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my car. Each car is going to be assigned a level based on the parts that you have on it. So right now, my Ford Mustang Boss 302 is level 177. What determines that? It is the performance customizations that you have on it. And this is where things get not as fun, in my opinion. And the way the upgrade system works in Need for Speed Payback is you have speed cards. And speed cards are essentially things that you get from loot boxes. I mean, you can... Actually, I'm not sure if you can get speed cards out of the actual loot boxes you can pay for, but you can get the currency to get the speed cards. It's a little bit weird, but bear with me. So as you can see, each car is going to have 6 parts that you can customize: the head, the block, the ECU, gearbox, exhaust, and turbo. Now, you're going to have parts and you're going to have brands of parts. That is the color that you see there. So the orange is a specific brand. The brand orange is Outlaw. The other brand, I don't even know what exactly this brand is. But either way, what's going to happen is every time that you stack 3 or 6 of the same brand, you're going to get a specific bonus. On top of that, each part can have up to 3 bonuses like you can see here. So this part right here on the exhaust is boosting the stats for my brakes, the stats for my acceleration, and the stats for my speed. This card right here on the head is also boosting the stats for my jump and acceleration, on top of boosting whatever it's supposed to boost in the car itself, because each of these parts boosts a specific thing. So like for instance, if we remove this, you guys can see that the part is going to boost horsepower, top speed, how long it takes us to get from 0 to 60, the quarter mile, the NOS, airtime, and landing. Now, the airtime and landing comes from jump, and the horsepower comes from the acceleration, I think. So basically, this card is reasonably good for the level that I'm at. And then there are these other cards which will just boost the base stuff. So as you can see here, if I go back to this, boosts pretty much the same things. This is the ECU, so it's like a control unit, whatever. The electronical control unit, which I don't know. I don't know cars, dude. Basically, it boosts all of those things. But it could be even better because it could potentially have 3 additional upgrades like the one we have here, and that would be a much better part. So naturally, all of this stuff is randomly generated, but it's not even the fact that they're randomly generated that bothers me. What really bothers me is that you can't exchange them from car to car. So like, this is a racing car, and like I told you, there's several types of cars. So if we go over here, you guys can see this right here, this Nissan Fairlady, this is a drift car. This Ford Mustang is a drag car. You have to select the type of car that you want. The thing is, the cars in this game, they can be whatever you want. So for instance, I could have this Land Rover and optimize it for racing if I wanted to. But obviously it's a Land Rover, so I put it for off-road. But again, you can optimize it to whatever you want to. And the thing is, when you select the build of your car, the car that you purchased is locked into that build. So it's like, this Mustang, it's a racer. Doesn't matter what kind of upgrades I put on it at this point, this Mustang will always be a racer. So the only thing I can do if I want to have a Mustang for this model of Mustang for off-road, I have to go into the shop and I have to buy another Mustang that is optimized for off-road, and then I can boost it up with speed cards and stuff like that to change his stats and whatnot. Same thing for all of these cars. Now, the special thing about these two cars right here, the Nissan Fairlady 240ZG and the Ford Mustang, is that these two cars were derelicts. So these were like thrashed cars that you will find after you perform a certain activity in game, and you will have to look around for parts for these cars that are spread out through the world. Once you collect all the parts, you get the full car. When you get the full car, you can choose what you want that car to be. So I chose this particular Ford Mustang to be a drag racer because I figured it's a Ford Mustang, it's probably a good drag racer. And then I chose this one to be a drifter because I'm going to need a drift car because I don't have a drift car. And the next car that I'm actually going to need is a runner. I also purchased this Subaru Impreza not so long ago because I wanted to test out if I could swap cards, but I can't. So for instance, I have cards on this off-road vehicle right here, right? Speed cards. Let me go ahead into performance. So I have these speed cars for this off-road racer. What would make sense to me in this system would be if I was able to change the cards in between off-road racers, but you can't. The cards are locked to the car. So what this means is every time you buy a new car, it's going to come with stock parts, and you're going to have to buy new parts. And how do you buy new parts? Well, let's grab one of our cars that doesn't have any parts, like the Ford Mustang, because like I told you guys, I like Mustangs. And we'll take this out, and I'm going to try to upgrade it a little bit to show you guys how the system works. But before we do that, I would also like to show you guys the customization options that you have. So you have visual customization. What does this change? This is to change the physical aspect of the car. So I'm not talking about paint jobs, decals, none of that. I'm talking about actual hardware parts in the car. So in order for me to change the hood, I'll have to complete 3 jump activities, so I can't do that yet, but I can change the grille, which right now I have these 2 options. Obviously, the Ford one looks cooler. I can't change the front bumper because I'll have to drift for 8 seconds, and I suck at drifting. But I can change the headlights, for instance. Change the colors. Actually, this particular Mustang doesn't have a lot of options. But besides that, you can completely change the whole car. You can see that this bumper is rusted because, like I said, this is a car that has been restored, and I haven't unlocked this stuff to restore that part yet. You can also change the rims if you want to. As a matter of fact, we should change the rims. As you can see, there are tons and tons and tons of rims. Now, I like the Mustang RTR rims usually, so I'll take this one. You can also paint the rim if you want to. And if we're changing one, we should change the one in the back as well. Is it this one? I think it was another one further ahead, right? As you can see, lots and lots of rims. As a matter of fact, rims is what I've seen the most, because rims are pretty much shared between cars. Then you got the front fenders. I'm not going to mess with these, because I kind of like the classic look of this particular vehicle. You can change the tail lights. Showing you guys some of the customization options. And I could change the trunk lid. I could be persuaded to that. Nah. The classic looks good. I could change the rear bumper, thank God, because it was also pretty rusted. You can also change the license plate as well as what it says on the license plate. But anyway, as you guys can see, you can change a lot of stuff here. Now, most importantly, what about the paint job? How does that work? The paint job is actually got the feature that I really like. Now, this is something that I've also seen previously on Forza. And I'm not sure what other games it's been on, but it's community creations, right? So I didn't paint this car. I just went up to community creations and I picked a model that I liked. So in this case, it was the black one with the white stripes. Like maybe you're more of a white and blue kind of guy. Unfortunately, I don't have the particular paint this guy used, which is why it shows up all rusted up. So certain paint jobs you won't be able to do because you might not have the right colors or have unlocked the right things. Oh, this one actually looks pretty good, but we don't have those colors. So you'll have to pick something that you have the right colors to. Wow, you can actually have a cop car as well. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's tons and tons and tons of options here for you to like change it if you don't want to do your own thing. Because if you want to, just know that you can go as crazy as this, or you can go even crazier. You can even paint the windshield as well. It's like, it's insane. There's tons and tons of options for how you can customize the car. And then after that, there's even more stuff that you can use to customize it. But for now, let's leave the garage and let's go to a tune shop so that I can show you guys how the upgrade system actually works. You can also see that it just said their tune-up shop restocked. That means that they've just received new parts. So the parts that are there, as you can see, there's an inventory refresh in about 28 minutes. It's because it's randomly generated. So basically, you can go there every so often and different parts will show up. So as you can see, this car still can't go as fast as the other Mustang we have. However, since it's a drag car, it's got a lot more nitrous capacity, which you can see on the bottom right-hand side. Look at the amount of nitrous we can have on this one. So it's real good for nitrous, but right now with the upgrades, it's still not very good for pretty much anything else. However, it's like a drag racing car is not really meant to do cut corners or anything like that. Drag car is supposed to go forward fast. That's the only thing this car has to do. As you go throughout the world, you will encounter these guys. These are what do you call them? Roaming drivers. And you can challenge them. Now, this is from the 73 League, which means it's an off-road racer. And I don't want to race against an off-road car in a drag racing car. No, it's not going to work up all that well for me. So, here we go. These are the upgrade parts. So, like I said, these are all randomly generated. The big number is going to dictate how good the part actually is, and then you can see the different modifiers that you can have, like brakes, acceleration, jump, so on and so forth. Which jump is not particularly useful for us, but it's like this is still a good part, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I should probably buy all three of these just so that I can level up the car a little bit. So this is how much money we have right now. Should I get the exhaust? No, let's actually get the turbo. I don't have a whole lot of money because I haven't been racing all that much. I've been trying to focus on the campaign, but you can do races as often as you want. So that's the speed card we just bought. Now it's been replaced by another one. No, it's the same one. Never mind. We just bought this speed card. We can now buy another speed card if we want to, which will improve our stuff again. I don't want to buy anything less than a 3, so I guess I'll buy the exhaust. And that's that. Like, we still have all these parts that we could buy if we really wanted to, but I don't want to. So now let's look into the crates that you can actually get with money. So there are these things called shipments, and you can unlock them while you are playing the game. I was actually seeing... Give me just a second here. There we go. So there's a bunch of shipment packs, and you can see that they got like this special currency here, which is platinum something. And you can buy 1 for 100, or you can buy 5 for 450. And you guys know the drill for this. The 100 is about $1 at the lowest buy-in point. Of course, if you buy more, so like if you go to speed points, if you go up to 50 euros, you can get 5,000 something speed points. And then if you buy premium shipments, you will get 2 more bonus things on your loot crate. So let's go to the base shipment. And these are the things that we got. We got 20,000 credits. We got orange smoke for the tires. And we got 3 part tokens. And I will show you what the part tokens are for. And then again, base shipment. We got 4 more part tokens. Blue underglow. This is actually pretty cool. And 10,000 credits. Now, you guys might be wondering, so you have to buy these? How does this work? Well, you can get them in the game by doing these challenges. So, like, if I drive faster than 168 miles for 5,000 yards, I'll eventually get that. I've already done this, went for distinct events. So I've gotten shipments from this. I've also gotten shipments from beating 3 auto log recommendations. You can get another shipment from performing a 24-second long drift. And then I'm assuming eventually the big markers over there will be better shipments that you will get. Those are probably premium shipments. Now, I don't know if this thing resets or how this works. It looks like these are daily challenges, so these should reset every day, or so I would expect. So yeah, every day you'll get to do a certain amount of challenges, which will get you some of these loot boxes so that you can then customize your car. Now, you guys know me. I'm not a huge fan of loot. So I'm not a huge fan of this system. And these are the things that you can get from it. And unfortunately, some of the customization, like the blue underglow stuff, you can only get it through that. Same thing with nitrous coloring, tire smoke coloring. A lot of the stuff you can only get in, not a lot, most of those visual things you can only get through the loot boxes in game. And now you guys are wondering, so what about those track token things? Well, those allow you to trade in for a specific part. So say for instance, right now we have a turbo and an exhaust, so we should probably buy parts for all these other things, right? Well, let's go get a headpiece, whatever the hell that part of the engine that's supposed to be. We'll go to trade in, we select head, and now it's going to randomly generate a part. So you do this, you spend 3 things. We had 16, now we have 13. This is going to generate a part. So, oh god, this is such a terrible part. So we got a level 1 head that has a bonus for speed. Why do I say it's terrible? Because it's only level 1. So now you guys are like, so what is this brand thing? Why does that matter? Because like I said earlier, If you get 3 of the same brand or 6 of the same brand, you get a bonus. And depending on which brand you have, it's more bonus. So here you go. Speed cards are key to maximizing your key's performance. Each card has 3 elements: rating, perks, and brand. Speed card's rating increases your card's performance level, which reflects its raw power, which is why the fact that that card was level 1 kind of sucked. The higher your speed card rating, the more it improves your card's speed and acceleration stats. There are 5 perks, which are the 3 stat things that I've told you guys about. Speed, acceleration, nitrous, air, and brakes. Speed card can have up to 3 perks. Combine 3 perks to maximize the stats of your choice. There are 5 speed card brands, which I also told you brands are important. Americana, Outlaw, Chidori, Nextech, and Carbon. Brands have stat bonuses. Match speed card brands to score brand bonuses. This is the thing I told you. You match 3 or 6 of the same brand, and you get a bonus. So, if you match 3 Americana, you get nitrous and air. If you match 3 Outlaw, you get speed and nitrous. If you match 3 Chidori, you get acceleration and brakes, so on and so forth. Each of these has different bonuses that you can get. So now you're looking at all this and you're like, what the fuck does all of this even mean? And ultimately what that means is, if you're a min-maxer, kind of like me, and you try to really min-max your car in this game, it means you're going to have to spend a lot of time playing in order to get the parts you want, because you have virtually no control over the parts you're going to get beyond the ones that you buy here at the store. And as you've seen, those are pretty limited. So, you know, that's why I'm not a huge fan of this upgrade system and how it works. I'm just trying to get better parts at this point, but I think I'm going to stop spending my points because I'm just getting level 1 cards, so this is kind of useless. Sure, I'll equip that. Now, what happened there was I actually equipped the part that I already had. So, like, as you can see, I have another part here. I can swap between them, or if I don't want the old part, I can sell it for cash, which I wouldn't advise, or you can trade it in and get 1 part token. So we spent 3 part tokens crafting it, but since we don't need it anymore, we can break it down and get 1 part token. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of how the upgrade system works. And basically what this upgrade system causes is for me to just, like, I come into the game and I just never worry that much about min-maxing the car, because I know that I would have to reach obsessive levels of dedication to this game to really min-max a vehicle. So, I'm going to show you guys an off-road race, and I'm actually going to change into my Subaru, because in order to do off-road, you need your off-road vehicles. Side bets is something that you can accept or not. I'll need to finish within 130 seconds, and I'll get additional money. It's not that important. This is the Subaru that I just bought. I got a random paint job on it. And now we're going to do an off-road race. So the cool thing about off-road races is that basically it's off-road, so the only thing you have to really do is get to the checkpoints. Doesn't matter where you go from. And the other reason I wanted to show you guys a race is because usually at the end of a race you will get a speed card for your vehicle. So basically we're going to get a speed card, but it's going to be specifically to this vehicle. It will be a speed card that will be tied to the vehicle that you are racing with. Hollywood Racer.
You kidding me?
Oh, you son of a... We got 1.5 miles. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to win this because I'm really far away from the pack at this point. Come on.
I wonder if that pizza delivery job is still open.
So as you can see, the character's voice is different here because I'm playing with Mac. Because Mac is the one who drives off-road. Jesus. That was terrible. We still get money for it though, I think.
Possible.
Yeah, we still get some money, but we don't get the card, which is something that I wanted to show you guys. Let me try and just find a regular race, because I'm better at regular races, depending on their levels, of course. Because we also have to take levels in consideration. Let's go to, what is this? This is 159. Is there a closer one? Show me events. 154. Jesus, we're all the way up here? Okay. Then let's just go to La Noche de los Muertos. You can change cars before each of the races. So, you know, you can drive there in whatever car you want and then swap it over. And I just messed it up. No, it's okay. You can always go this way. I need to upgrade my little Subaru a little bit better. Ah, shoot. Okay, it's okay. I actually want to try and do this jump. Damn it. I want to try and do this jump because I would very much like to unlock the option to customize hoods. But I'll need to get 2 stars, and I'm not sure if my car is up for 2-star jumping yet.
Yeah, man.
81 yards. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if that actually counted because I think I only got 1 star for that. Kind of sucks. Speed traps. I'm not exactly sure if what you get out of these stars. I mean, obviously you get some of those racing points and stuff, but I just try to do them because they're in the way.
Sunset, another day in the books.
But ultimately, you'll need to really min-max if you want to get 3 stars on all of these. And min-maxing, as we've seen, is going to be pretty hard the way that the upgrade system works, which is a little bit frustrating. Also, you saw that chip that was glowing over there? That's another form of collectible. Oh crap, I just ruined that. I just ruined this little speed run that I was doing. So let's swap into my racer. My Mustang. Get 3 near misses and win the race. I probably won't do it, but I don't care. I always bet. It's such a small amount of money that it's whatever. Sunbro Squad, how does the driving feel? Extremely arcadey. So it's fun, but it's not at all simulation or realistic in any way or shape.
Here we go.
So I like to consider this my best car, and also the car that I'm most familiar with. Oh, that didn't count as a near miss?
Out of the way.
There we go.
There we go.
Excuse me, boys. Places to go, people to see.
Come on.
I like bumping into them because, like, in this game, there's no real penalty for it. And as a matter of fact, like I said, it's downright encouraged. I love this car. I love the sound of this car, too.
Gotta keep it up.
There we go. This car is a damn beast.
And that's how it's done.
So it looks like I beat someone's auto log. I've also won the bet by doing 3 near misses. And I've won the race. So I'm going to get as much money as you could possibly get out of this particular event. And as much reputation as you can possibly get as well. It's pretty cool. And this is how you get speed cards at the end of a race. It's like, I don't even understand why they let me pick. It's like, I legitimately don't understand. Because, like, I mean, if it was in real life, I get it. There's a card, it's facing down. But in the game, the card is randomly generated. So I get to pick from 3 randomly generated cards, but I still have no control over which card I'm picking. I think that later down the line, these things will reveal, and then you can pick, because otherwise it doesn't make any goddamn sense. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you can pick the right one, the middle one, or the left one. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll take the left one. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Although I already have a better one. No, actually, mine is not better. But I'm not sure if I want this one. And you can instantly trade it in for points if you don't want it. You can send it to the garage. Oh, you can also send it to the garage. So if I win stuff with this car... I don't know what happens if I send it to the garage, actually. Oh, if you send it to the garage, it's still associated with this car. Looks like we have 3 parts for that. But I'm probably going to lose my outlaw bonus, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I'm going to lose some NOS capacity. But I'll gain how much it takes me to get to 60. But I'll also lose top speed. I'm going to equip it. I'll figure it out later. It's not a big deal. Anyway, that's how you getting cards works. You can buy them off of the store, which refreshes every half an hour or so. You can construct them by using those tokens that you see up there, which those tokens you can also get from loot boxes, or you can race and get randomly generated ones off the thing. That's the only way that you can upgrade your car, at least so far. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do this Meet the Gambler quest, which is the next part of the campaign. Although, before we go there, I'll just hit the garage. You can also buy additional garages, which I haven't bought. And those allow you to fast travel through the map for free, basically. And obviously have access to garage functionality at certain locations. And there are some customization options that are locked behind the... There's some customization options that are locked behind how many garages you have available. Once again, I would just like to remind you guys, the music that is playing in the background is not the in-game music. This is just a copyright-free mix that I have. The game's music is a lot better in my opinion. I actually really like the game's music. So in terms of visuals, it's solid, in my opinion. In terms of sound, it's also solid. What is a little bit frustrating to me as well is the way the open world works. So like for instance, you see this? I can go up here, right? I can go up this hill. However, there's a little rock on the way, like this, you're done. You're never going to get through that rock. Doesn't matter what you do. You're never going to get through that rock. And so what this causes is there's a lot of places in the scenario that are essentially invisible walls, because there are places they don't want you to get to. But that then comes into conflict when you're trying to search for derelict car parts, because derelict car parts will always be in far off locations in high ground. In order for you to get to that high ground, you will have to find a jump that will take you there. But in the time it takes you to locate where the part is and where the jump is, there's going to be a whole lot of frustration of you trying to figure out, am I supposed to go through here? And then hitting invisible walls. Because there are a ton of them. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's check out what the next quest is. Because the campaign is actually, like I said, it is my favorite thing. Because it's got the biggest set pieces and all that stuff. But I wanted to show you all of the other things that you can do as well. I think on the next campaign it's probably going to unlock drag or drift for me to do drift races and drag races and so on and so forth. But I don't know. As a matter of fact, I've barely been in this city since I started playing. You start in the city, there's a story exposition and whatnot, and after that they just kind of throw you out into the country for a while. And most of the activities will be there. Deviating from my course to do this speed trap here. Not speed trap, speed run. And now we can still adapt. E-brake curving. And another e-brake curve. Oof. So I'm assuming we'll get, we're going to get another cinematic or something.
Hey, I was gonna actually...
Tyler, good job with the convoy, by the way. Do you know how hard it is to impress me? It's impossible. I'm so impressed. I'm goddamn inspired. I put down good money on you. Says your crew can own the city's drift and drag races. There's Shiplock for drift and Riot Club for drag. Beat their bosses, get one step closer to entering the rush. Think you kids can do that for me? Oh, and tell your friend Jessica Miller, guy I know got a job for her. VIP pickup and drop off. I'll send the details over. Sound good?
Well, it's not...
Attaboy! Good talk.
Oh, I'm very curious to check out the VIP mission. Okay, so the way this works...
All right, guys, time to tackle Riot Club and Shiplock, which means I'm in the market for a drag car.
Let me know once you get yourself one and we'll shake it down. How about you, Mac?
I'll buy and set up my own drift ride. Thanks. Time to throw some skids again.
Oh, and Jess, the gambler's got a job contact for you. You should already have the info.
He does? Interesting.
I wonder if I need to buy a runner car. I probably do. So, like I said, Jesse does the running missions, and that is the one I'm interested in. Okay, so we will need a runner level 170. But it's only recommended. So, wait a second. I'm confused. So these just say sprint race, so these have recommendations, but it doesn't look like they're actually going to force you to do anything. Anyway, as I was saying, The way this is going to work is you're going to get a set of missions to defeat this crew, which is the crew of the Shift Lock, which is a drift crew. Once you complete those missions, you get to do a one-on-one with their boss, their best racer. And once you complete that, they're going to give you a clue for a derelict car. And once you pick up that car, you can choose what kind of car you want out of it. You want it to be a racing car, a drifting car, a runner car, whatever. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to need a runner car for this, but what I really want to do is a runner mission. Because those are the missions that kind of involve you tangling with the police and whatnot. Now tell me I'm not a fantastic fucking driver. Yeah, you'll have to change your car, but I don't have an enforcer car. Oh, looks like Jessie's got her own runner, level 173, an Audi S5 Sportback. Okay, let's see what this is about. Sure.
Let's go. Who the hell are you?
I'm your ride. Name's Miller.
Ramirez.
Nice to meet you, Ramirez. Now that that's out of the way.
Think you can lose those cops for me?
I got paid for a pickup and drop-off. Cop chase wasn't part of the deal.
I'm sure we can settle this. Just drive.
That's one cop down.
Adam 35. Control subject has entered an unidentified vehicle, fleeing the scene at high speed. Code 3.
Copy, Adam 35. Be advised, the subject is 440 and considered dangerous.
Hey, hey, hey!
Jesus.
We're setting up roadblocks to detain the subject vehicle.
Ah! Our tax money at work.
So we're clear. For a pursuit, my fees triple.
What? I can do double.
I'll just pull over here.
Wait, okay.
That's another cop car.
Okay, triple. Just keep driving. You got one, Miller.
I know. Nothing like the thrill of a chase, huh?
You're enjoying this?
Aren't you?
I thought you were a professional.
You want to drive? No? Didn't think so.
Barriers now in place. Travel will be limited.
Come on, coppers, is that the best you got?
We're moving in for a pit.
There's your pit. Have fun.
Hope they got an airbag.
Copy. All units be advised. We have PCs with pursuit subject patrol units.
Adam 6, our vehicle's too damaged to run.
Copy.
Shh. Get good, kids. Oh, shoot. Got a little bit cocky there.
One Lincoln 30. What is your location of travel now?
Now heading northbound on Coolidge Street.
I don't know what she sees in you. You're a thrill junkie.
Don't know who she is.
For real?
I'm getting paid, that's all that matters here.
I have mentioned I love this, didn't I?
Goddamn maniacs!
We just went in with the TC on the subject.
Come on, baby.
You're a maniac.
Thanks.
Yes, I am.
Lincoln 30, I gave
Brake
them a
check.
shove.
186, our patrol cars disabled after TC. All right, copy.
12 cars disabled?
What the hell are you doing?
Liberty Desert.
Wow, they can't go off-road, poor little cops. Come on. Keep up.
1 Lincoln 30, can you provide a location update?
Now heading northbound on Coolidge Street.
Copy, now northbound on Coolidge Street.
That was pretty cool. See, these are the kinds of events I really like. And we drifted for over 1,000 yards, so therefore we win additional money. This also means I'm gonna have to get myself a Mustang for runners and the speed card. Jump. Oh, good. Chain Farger, what did you think of it at Gamescom and what do you think of it now, Rui? Well, it's a little bit more polished than the version I played at Gamescom, but it hasn't
They're
changed
gone.
much.
Oh, thank God. Can you drive me to the safe house? Or is that also extra?
I'll throw that one in for free.
How long you been doing this?
Since my 19th birthday.
Hell of a birthday.
Don't I know it?
Wife is leaving.
What do those cops want with you anyway?
The house blew my cover. Sold me out.
You were undercover inside the house?
You really ought to talk to my boss. How'd a girl like you become a runner anyway?
Took a police cruiser for a joyride the day I turned 19.
Oh, is that all?
Ended up with 20 cop cars on my tail. Hell of a way to wash out of the academy.
You were police?
Yeah, my rebellious phase.
No wonder you're nuts.
Says the guy who double-crossed the house.
That's totally different.
Oh, shoot. I wasn't really paying attention to where I needed to go. Well, looks like I just made it faster, though. Jesus, the
And
car's
that's
all
your
busted
stop.
up.
Good. That was fun.
You goddamn right it was. And as you can see, there's also questline progress for Agent, which means that this particular thing also has its own questline progress.
has a lot to say about you. Not all of it bad.
So you're my mysterious benefactor.
I have a chance for you to prove yourself. Interested?
I figured Marcus Weir had a good reason for putting us in touch.
We'll see. Sending you the info.
Okay, so next thing I want to do is I would actually like to go see about which car I will end up making a runner, because I like the running events quite a bit. Locations. This one. So you have different types of what are they called? Friggin' people who sell cars, dealerships. You have different types of dealerships for different types of cars. So in order for me to buy a runner car, I'll have to go into the runner dealership. But the cars are the same. The only thing that changes is how optimized they are for specific activities. So they have different stats. But basically any of the cars in Need for Speed can be optimized for whatever you want to do with it. And this includes the derelicts, even though derelicts you'll get them and they will be locked until you unlock all of the derelicts. Use them to take on bait crates. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. Anyway, as you can see, these are the cars that we currently have available to us. Not that many. It looks like you can't have all of them, but you can have some of them. So I think I'll have to go with the Dodge Charger. And these are this is probably a derelict. Yeah, unlocked through finding and assembling all derelicts. But basically, all the derelicts will be able to be customized. So like I can have the Ford Mustang that I optimized for drag. I'll be able to make a runner out of it if I really want to. Then we also have the Dodge Charger, the Mercedes AMG, but I think I'll want the Charger, but I don't have enough money yet. Give me just a quick second, you guys. Sorry guys, I have a package coming in. Give me just a minute. And I'm back. Sorry about that. So, I'll want to get this one, but I can't get it yet. So that's why we'll need to race and do more things. However, what I can do is I can test out my drag build. Hopefully, drag is not too high level. Oh, sweet. It's only 110. I think that my Mustang is better than that at this point. I'm actually curious to see how a drag race works. It was like one of my favorite events back in Need for Speed Underground. I'm talking Need for Speed Underground 1. I never played too much of Need for Speed Underground 2, which people always refer to when they're talking about Need for Speed. I wonder why Jesse's car gets to be so overpowered. Because, I mean, Jesse starts with a level 170-something level car. It's 175 right now. You know, like, my drag car is not even close to that. Hey, Paven B, how you doing? Okay, so... yeah, our drag car is 123, so that should be enough. Hopefully.
Shall we see how you handle this drag build?
Raph, please. You act like I've never raced before.
Not like this. I've seen some of the best races burn out in the multiple heats of drag.
If you're so concerned, why not come out and give me some pointers at the race?
I'll pass. Last time you lured me from the airfield, I ended up in stitches.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry, Rav.
Even if you don't hit that perfect start, as long as you focus on tight shifting, you can still catch up.
Oh, so we have to do manual shifting?
More than anything else, drag is about the car. You can be the best driver in the world, but if the hardware isn't there, you're not gonna win squat. If you keep losing, then it's time to upgrade.
That's why I got you, Raph. I know we'll make this baby purr.
It already purrs. Do you not hear the engine on this bad boy? It's a good thing we did some upgrades on it, because it was only level 100.
Let's see if any of it's stuck.
When you race in Silver Rock, every quarter mile is a battle. From burnout to finish, we put it all on the line. I am Big Sister, and this is Riot Club.
Carpe whatevs. The Riot Club. Jesus!
You're driving a drag car, but you're not one of mine. Who are you? You could be a house spy trying to take down my crew from within.
Name's Morgan.
You're Tyler Morgan. You can call me Big Sister.
And what does the house want with you?
You're asking some dangerous questions, Morgan. Prove you've got what it takes to race with the Riot Club. Then we'll talk.
Wheelie for 2 sec. I'm not sure if I can wheelie with my car.
We have no rules but drag rules. You break those, I break you.
Yeah, I know what to do, I think.
Time your gears for the perfect shift. I don't know. I don't know what the controls are, though. Pause. Oh, okay. Easy. Easy. GG. Easy. Is this on PS4 Pro? Yes, it is. That car, though. You like my car? My car. Oh, you're talking about her car. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh wait, you're supposed to shift on the green? Oh, okay. It's not really how I would do it in real life, but okay.
Hell yeah!
Dude, the guy just got destroyed.
Yeah, that's the Tyler Morgan I heard about.
Oh, we didn't do a wheelie. I'm sorry. We don't have enough torque for a wheelie yet, though. It's not really fair. Out of all the things I could have gotten, I actually got a card that is worse than the one that I have. Oh my god. Okay, that was disappointing. Drag racing, also pretty cool. And I understand why they do it the way they do it. It's just, in real life, there is no... Wait.
Cool call sign.
Reminds this crew we're family, and I'm the one calling the shots. Besides, you bought the house. You're not gonna want to use your real name.
The house?
Yeah, the house. We're headed to the casino district to show them that Riot Club bows to nobody. You in?
Now you're talking my language. I'm there.
Now, as I was saying, in the... God damn it. In real life, you know, when you're flooring a car, there is no, oh, this is green, this is better green, and there's only the red line. And usually, if I would be racing, I'd take my car all the way to the red line as fast as it could go and then shift. But in this game, you have to shift in between the perfect green and the red and stuff. And, okay, that's cool. It's just, that's the reason why on the first race I just went red line all the way, baby. All the way into the red line, but turns out in the game that's actually a bad thing. So let's do a drift race, because it's the only thing I haven't done yet. Unfortunately, our drift car kind of sucks, because I have no parts for the drift car, because I'm just not that big into drifting. Yeah, this car can't turn to save my life. Okay, let's try this out. We got the Fair Lady at level 104.
Where will you be when the revolution comes? We are the last stand against corporate tyranny. We are the drifting freedom fighters of the misinformation age. We are Shiftlock.
Okay.
Good news, recruit. You've been accepted to a Shiftlock test. Show me you can drift and we'll talk.
You're that drifting anarchist hacker. What's your name again?
I am everyone. I am no one. I am the underground soldier.
A hacker who is also a drifter. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I hate this. I'm probably not going to, I'm probably not going to even be able to do this race because I suck at drifting.
Time to show off. Here we go. Come on, come on.
Kind of feel like I need more upgrades to really make this car into a drift machine. Jesus. It's just, I've never been a big fan of drifting, you know? Jesus.
Try harder, Mac.
Shit. Well, we did the single drift thing. We got 1,200 more yards.
Can't even call myself a drifter right now.
Jesus. My drifting is terrible. The drifts are on point, not for me. Yep.
Man, Mac, that was awful.
Yeah, it was. I'll need to upgrade this car. No, don't restart. Damn it. Can't I just cancel this? Let me try this again. I wonder if it's the upgrades or if it's just me that I'm just not very good at drifting. Let me try this.
Okay, I can do this.
Shit.
Yeah, this is Unit 23. We have someone out here who's verifiably on fire. Over and out. Nice.
Damn it.
Excuse me, superstar, coming through. Oh, come on.
Not as bad.
Top man.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to beat the other guy. But still, not too shabby. And now I've gotten how to actually do drifting. And let's get us a speed card. Level 5 exhaust with additional power on brakes. I'll take it. So he goes from I can't drift for shit to GG well played easy. I didn't say that. I did not say that.
So be it, Mac.
Hashtag vouchers for you. You get one shot.
Guess he does more than tiger selfies after all.
Come show what you got in Amber Valley. See if you have the heart of a soldier in you.
The heart of a soldier. But anyways, this is Need for Speed Payback. Now, my first impressions of the game from what I have played so far is I really like the campaign. I think it's a lot of fun. I don't think it's groundbreaking or anything, but I do think it is a lot of fun. Like I said, it is very much a Hollywood racer, super arcadey, slam on the e-brakes, E-turns, just like 90 degrees, just drifting, taking out cops. So it's got a lot of the cool shit that you usually do in Need for Speed. You got the different varieties of cars that you can do, the racers for racing tracks, the drags for drag races, drag racing, also a lot of fun. I really like it. You got drift racing, which is not my favorite thing, but I know that there's a lot of people out there who like it. I know particularly Globku is a big fan of drift racing and Need for Speed games, I think. You also got what's it called, the stuff, crap, I forget now, off-road racing as well. So there's a big variety of stuff, and then there's the campaign in between. And usually the pacing that it goes to is you get campaign mission, which is usually big set piece, explosion, shit happening, story developing, and then you get a little bit of doing races against all of these crews. Then you also get the option to search for the derelicts, if that is your thing. Derelicts being some of the best cars that you will find in the game, and some of the most customizable cars you will find in the game. So those are pretty fun to have. Finding the derelicts, however, is not the most fun experience in my opinion. But then ultimately, in the middle of all that, which is actually a pretty positive package, you have some negative things like the invisible wall things when you're looking for derelicts. Those are a little bit disappointing. You have the fact that the entirety of the upgrade system is essentially RNG. It's just plain RNG. That is because usually, you know, good racing gamers, you guys will know, okay, I want more acceleration on my car. I want more nitrous. I want more top speed. You will know what you want for your car. And the fact that you can't actually, you know, just, I want this specific part, you know, so that you can min-max your hearts. Because that, like, it should be just get credits by doing the races, buy the part. It should be a no-brainer. But the fact that the parts are completely random and then they're locked into whatever car you happen to get them with, it makes the whole process very frustrating. So I'm not a huge fan of the upgrade system, and I think that in order to take full advantage of this upgrade system, players are going to need a dedication level that is going to borderline on obsession. In terms of multiplayer, I haven't played the multiplayer because I don't care that much about multiplayer. I usually play my racing games solo, you guys know this, unless I'm playing with friends, but none of my friends has Need for Speed yet, so, you know, it's just been me. But like I said, it is a fun game. The thing is, I can't take the upgrade system seriously. It's like the biggest flaw to the game. The visuals are cool. Oh, I haven't even talked about the photo mode, because the game has a really cool photo mode. Oh, what the hell was that? Yeah. See, like, it just pauses, and then you can do a whole bunch of stuff. And you guys know me, I'm a sucker for photo modes. It's like I could take a cool pic like this, but not just this. It's got all kinds of neat effects that you can add on top of your picture. So you can go like this, and then you can go like, okay, let's put some effects on there. You can have some of the preset ones that they have for you, which will just like change the colors and stuff. But personally, I like to mess with it myself. So like you can, oops, didn't mean to do that. You can like change the exposure levels. You can overexpose it or not. You can change the level of chromatic aberration. Change the focal distance, which will put everything behind it a little bit blurry. You can change the depth of field, which controls just how blurry stuff will get behind the car. You can get lens distortion gains. You can get a vignette if you want to. Film grain. Bodywork damage, you can turn it off if you want your car to look perfect. You can turn on and off lens flares. And the driver as well. And this, like, for instance, would make a really cool screenshot. See? Right there. Boom. So this is something that I also like. The photo mode's pretty cool. And you can pause this at any time. Like, your car can be up in the air in the middle of a jump or something, and you can just pause. So, there's that. It's got a lot of stuff to do. I don't know how big the campaign is, but the game definitely has a lot of things to do. It's just, in my opinion, it's just unfortunate that Electronic Arts kind of feels like they need to force players to play the game longer just for the sake of playing long. Because, like, if I buy a new car and I have enough credits, I would like to be able to just upgrade that car instead of having to go do races, get random parts until I eventually get the parts that I want, you know? It's just, it's not, the upgrade system really frustrates me is all. But the game's still pretty fun, so it's really up to each and every one of you. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember, hit that like button, helps out a lot. Subscribe if you are new here so that you're always notified when there's a new video on the channel. Hit the bell icon so that you receive the actual notifications, because that's a thing now. If you really enjoyed the stream, consider sponsoring, because it really helps out because of diminishing ad revenue and all of this stuff. There's a link in the description that will take you to the YouTube gaming version of this video where you can sponsor, and I really appreciate it if you can afford and do that. Other than that, if you're watching this as a VOD later down the line, comments and feedback in the comment section below. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back later today with some more stuff, so I'll see you guys in the next one.